Now, one piece of history that, for me, has to be included as part of Park Boulevard Presbyterian Church is a person. And of course, there are many wonderful people here at the church, but one especially wonderful person was Gene Goodin. And this is a picture of Gene, and anybody who has been a part of this church or even visited in the last 15 or 20 years would have had interaction with Gene Goodin. Gene passed away this past year, about just almost 1 year ago, at the age of 96. Gene was a part of everything here at the church. It's hard to find anything that happened here that he wasn't a part of, and we certainly miss him. Gene, when he was in the service in World War II, handsome young guy. He joined up when he was just 19 or 20. And Gene was a paratrooper with the 101st Airborne, and he parachuted into Normandy on D-Day and was a part of not only the D-Day invasion, but everything that happened in that campaign. And then he was also right in the center of the Battle of the Bulge in Bastogne, where they were completely surrounded by the Germans. So here are Gene's medals for service during World War II. You can see this first one here is the European, African, Middle Eastern campaign. Second one is the American campaign. The third one just says World War II on it. And the last one says efficiency, honor, and fidelity. So I don't know the exact names for these different medals, but it was something that Gene was, I think, rightly very proud of being a part of, and something that was a privilege and just a real treat for me as someone who is an avid history buff, American history buff, World War II history buff, to come to Park Boulevard and to find Gene here, a piece of living history who had been a part of something so long ago that was so important. So I certainly miss him. But I'll have to say, for all that, Gene was just as, and probably much more passionate about the Free Burma Rangers, which was a mission group that's really worked hard to serve people in Burma who were at risk, who were being persecuted by the government, a Christian group. And Gene made a connection with them, and he was sort of an honorary member of what they call the Free Burma Rangers. And here's Gene has the medal that they gave him here displayed right along with all of his World War II medals, which I think just says so much. And of course, Gene was a very proud American. So Gene Goodin, so much more that could be said, but I think that an important part of the history of Park Boulevard Presbyterian Church, and a blessing to everyone who knew him. This says Forgotten Country, which I think right away probably should tell you that this had something to do with the Boy Scouts. The war, World War II, which was when the huge numbers of people served in the military. So this tells you a couple things. One is that this was just a very large church, that this many people served in the military. And the thing is, this isn't the only one. We actually, here's David Ridings, who I'm sure was the son of the pastor, and Benjamin Ware, I pointed him out as being a hostage in Lebanon. He also served in the military as well. So that's actually very interesting. If we go over to this other wall, there's another plaque. It's even bigger. It just says Forgotten Country. Wouldn't it be nice to have a little more information? So if we see names that we recognize, we can start to put a time with it. I noticed that it's alphabetical from A over to Y, and then it starts over at A again. So Donald Andreessen. Andreessen is a name at this church of long-time members. So my guess is that the first batch perhaps was closer to the war, and then they started adding more names in alphabetical batches after that. There's even some female names on here as well. So it would be really nice to know the timing of this, exactly when this was put together. And at this point in time, I don't know that anyone in the church necessarily could answer that question. Maybe somebody could. What it was going to look like after it was built, after they tore this one down. And somebody did some pretty nice watercolors here.